school mentor, helping many schools, educators, teachers, and young parents. I've been in this field for the last 1 decade. I'm presenting here an innovative mentoring system which we applied in BHEL schools, and it is a success system. And I'm giving you an insight into the VAK mentoring system. What is that VAK? I will tell you afterwards. Well, my background is I've been helping the youth, I've been helping the youngsters, I've been helping the teachers and students, mentoring them, counseling them, coaching them. And I would like to share how we applied this system and how we went success after success in school mentoring system. I also worked as a retired head of the division of training division of Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, under which we had a few schools. They were reporting to me directly, and I had some interventions, some project works, and we were successful. I'm going to share my experience on that. Well, friends, the focus will be introduction of mentor, introduction of VAC mentoring system, educational stakeholders, because these are the basic influencing agents of the educational system. That is why we call them the education stakeholders. And educating the stakeholders, these stakeholders, being in the knowledge field, they should appreciate, love, and fall in love, and they should worship certain educational terminologies. They should worship certain educational terminologies. What are the worshipping terminologies? We'll go through that. And why the VMS is required now? What would be the tangible benefits? What would be the intangible benefits? And what model this VMS follows? And how to go about this VMS implementation? That would be the focus of our seminar today. So friends, this is mostly for the teachers, the school correspondents, young parents, and also the students. Well, let us go to the next part, introduction of my little background as a school psychologist or an organization development specialist. What contributions I have made? I am mostly known for the VAC parenting. Okay? Parenting the young parents on VAK. VAK is a learning style. We'll talk about it. I have pioneered the NLP psychology in India. I learned in 1997, and by 2001, I wrote around 300 articles, around 4 books. Around right now, you can see me at 200 videos on NLP. I conduct training program for teachers, corporates, trainers, NLP practitioners program. I mostly focus on applying NLP. That is how my specialization comes. And VAK is nothing but NLP application. NLP is nothing but neuro linguistic psychology. It's a breakthrough psychology with scientific precision of results. Well, this is my Facebook. You can go there. That's called Sun Mentor, and you can see my work, what I have done for the last 3 decades. This is one of my memorable schools of Bharati Vidya Bhavan teachers. And this is my last assignment. I was with the Maharshi Vidya Mandir in Salem. There I am demonstrating NLP. NLP is nothing but psychological skills, brain psychology. And I'm demonstrating one of the teachers in Salem. She has volunteered, and other teacher is writing down the mind coding, how the mind is coded. That is what was there. This is what we'll be covering it in future. Then parenting skills for young mothers. Here the young mothers are doing identifying the strength of the brain of the child, and they are using the stronger side and the weaker side of the brain, and what exercises as a parent they can give to their children for development. Then this is the learning. VAK is nothing but the visual learning, auditory learning, and kinesthetic learning system. This we introduced for the schools is Bell Ranipet, but again Bharati Vidyabhavan, open day with them. And counseling skills. This is one skill which every teacher should know about it. Because counseling, most of the educated community are having a lot of misunderstandings. Thank you for the medical counseling and the engineering counseling where they match the money with the seat available. That is how the counseling word has become more popular than it is required. Counseling is not giving suggestions. Counseling is not giving advice. Counseling is not telling my story of success. Counseling is helping you to help yourself. Counseling is not my agenda at all. It is your agenda. Until unless the teachers knows about it, until the educators know about it, it cannot be spread out in a correct way. Thanks to the Hollywood and Bollywood, where counseling is made as a fun. Counselor has become a joker. Until unless proper knowledge goes to the society, it will not be adding any value to the society. Well, next we'll go about this is a career guidance. I told you about career guidance, how to guide the school. You have to understand earlier there were the days where we believed in only one intelligence, IQ. See, during my days or during your days, what was it? This radio generation. They believed in only one skill. What was that? Whoever had good mathematical skill, he can become an engineer. But there are many people who have good mathematical skill, people who have written IIT, and they are committing suicide. Why? Because they have not developed, understood what actually is a brain requirement. In addition to the mathematical skill, the numerical skill, the requirement is the problem solving skill. Okay, most of the people who do IITs, they get graduated, they get selected, but they go and come and hang in the IIT corridors itself. You can see newspapers because the mistake is done by the parents. The mistake is done by the knowledge society. They have not gone to a psychologist, they have not gone to an assessor who assess the brain report of the child. Here we have been helping with help of brain report. We are telling to what is the strength and how to go about it. We'll talk about it in detail. This is on my few links. You can go there and look at my work. This is again my Facebook. I'm called an e-mentor, online mentor. This is my YouTube channel. Around 200 videos, mostly on counseling, coaching, mentoring. In different cases, most of my clients are abroad. We work on Skype, in English language, Hindi language, Telugu language, and Tamil language. Well, let's go to the VAK mentoring system. What is this VAK mentoring system? It is a proactive management initiative. Please understand, it is a proactive management initiative so that you accelerate the levels of achievement faster, quicker, easier, and a systematic way to reach your vision of your organization. Okay? It's nothing but an accelerator. In other words, VAC mentoring is nothing but an accelerator. It is a proven method, tested method, the bulletproof method to manage change. Change is something it is permanent. Things will change, but change will not change. This VAC mentoring is based on the Peter Senge's management classic model of fifth discipline, where he talks about the success story of learning organization. Well, what do we do, Wes? We simply empower you with the VMS skills. Empower whom? You. You means the educational stakeholders. Okay, what is VAC mentoring system? VAC, I told you, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning styles. Mentoring is mothering. Guys, like a mother takes hold of a child, we take hold of the school stakeholders, and we teach you the VMS skills. Particularly, we'll guide them only and only to the educational stakeholders. Educational stakeholders. All the educational stakeholders should educate themselves. You are in an educational world, knowledge-based world, internet world. Your students know more internet than you. Your student is more knowledgeable than you. Your kid is more knowledgeable than you. Got it? Yeah. So educational stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? You look at the education system, first the management comes, the school comes, then because the school management has come, parents have come, because parents have come, the student has come, because the student has come, the teacher has come, because all have come, ultimately there is a person, employer or the society waiting for receiving the student, the skilled student. This is five laws of learning. Before we go into that, we talk about the five laws of learning. What are the five laws of learning? These are basic fundamentals. Law of introspection. What is introspection? Question yourself. Talk to your heart. Listen to your voice. Law of retrospection. Accept the facts. Accept the past. Law of turbulence. When there is imbalance between law of introspection and law of return, there is law of turbulence. And that leads to the law of change. If when the law of change is not positive, it is not congruent with the culture, then the law of destruction takes place. These are the five laws of learning which all the educational stakeholders should know about it. Law of change says you update or outdate. Law of next level syndrome. This is pull the future into the present. Don't see the future. Pull the future now. Experience. Pull it now. Make experiment. Do mistake. Learn from the mistake. But now. What is the measure? Be better than your competitor. Be better than your competitor. Your competitor may be, let us say, you are the top 10 schools. You may be in the rank of 4 or 5. Find out what 3 is doing, what 2 is doing, and have at least 1 or 2 parameters so that you are ahead of them. Okay? Laws of learning organization. What is the law of learning organization? Here in this organization, all the elements in the organizations are learning, improving, measuring. That means all the stakeholders. Law of learning is nothing but introspection. I told you it is nothing but Socrates' method of questioning yourself. Law of retrospection is learning for the past, learning from the past, for the past, by the past. Well, how to reach the next level? Peter Drucker, the management guru, says the best way to predict your future is to create it. Pull the future into the present. You understand that basically the law of change management. What is it? Update or outdate. You update yourself or outdate. You come in or get out. Don't be in between. History will repeat itself until you learn. History will repeat itself until you learn. Only change is permanent. Other things will change, but change is permanent in this world. You know the story of a dinosaur. What happened to dinosaur? They died because not because they were not healthy, they were not nutritious. They died because they could not adapt to the climate. Similarly, all the schools, all the institutions who could not adapt to the change of the need of the society will become extinct. Jack Duxon says if you focus on results, you will never change. Focus on change, you will get the result. Harold Wilson says he who rejects change is an architect of decay. You are the emperor of decay. Be an emperor. I will not change. Very good. You are the emperor of decay. I will not change. I will not allow others to change. You are the emperor of decay. The only human institution which rejects progress is the cemetery. That means this emperor of decay should not be among the human beings. He would be resting in the graveyard. The resting in the graveyard is the only place where people don't talk about change. Friend, thank you. Well, this is the law of change management. Next, we'll talk about a small business classic called Search of Excellence. Tom Peters wrote about 50 years back. There's something called Fortune 500 list of organizations. Every year, this list is declared after a lot of verification internationally. Tom Peters found out that the first 50 to 100 organizations who are topping the list, the top 50 organizations, they disappeared the next 10 years. They were not even at the logo, they were out of circuit. And he was searching why, what is the reason? The reason was they did not listen to their front office. They did not listen to their front office. What the front office in a school? The peon, the teacher, the clerical staff, the parents, anxiety, okay? The teacher's stress, you could not address. Because a person who is wearing the shoe knows where it is pinching. Similarly, you have to address the problems of the front office. Once you don't address the problems in the front office, you will not be able to solve it. Our growing body of knowledge exists. This is one of the few Harvard business classics compiled on knowledge management. He says, we are a knowledge management society. What is knowledge management? IT, information technology, Googling, TV, internet. Your children knows more knowledge than you. If you want to become something useful to him, you should be better than him. Knowledge management is being measured because knowledge is exploding the right, left, east, west in many directions. So you should know what knowledge to be useful, what knowledge not be useful. That is the reason we talk about a lot of practical psychological tips with parents, practical psychological diagnostic tools where you can leverage the knowledge. This fifth discipline is the art of learning organization. What the learning organization? Main focus is a learning organization, all the elements are learning, all the educational stakeholders learning, but they focus on stabilizing your process of change. Initiate a learning, sustain it, improve it. So I will give you a hypothetical example of a school. It was making 500 admissions last 1 year. Now it is suddenly rose to 600, then 700. Yes, number wise you improved. But what happened? You have given a heavy discount. You are given a heavy discount. So one side you are showing one parameter of improvement that causes some other parameter. Whereas fifth discipline talks about improve that, stabilize the process. That means whatever the growth you have done last year should not be lost. You stabilize, make a process, then you improve. Grow, stabilize, grow, stabilize, grow, stabilize. That is how our VAK mentoring system focus on this. Next, we'll talk about law of introspection. Okay, law of introspection, the Socrates method. We have around. So, we'll talk about the Socrates method, law of introspection through the Socrates method. There's a 70 question, each question carries 10 marks. You have to score 700. Let me check up where you are. This is the question we use for the stakeholders. Introspection through questioning. The Socrates method, failed education system. Here you can see the one boy is telling to the other, so you just walk up this ladder. At the end of 14 years, you will have a very bright future. Maybe 14 years education or 12 years education. By the time when he goes up and when he wants to come back, it is worn out. The system is broken. The ladder steps on the bottom it is broken, on the top it is broken. That is how we call it a failed education system. You know that 99% of the people who come out of the education system not able to get a job. So you have to ask questions. As an employer says, I want a person who can do some business communication skills, a person who can solve problems. Don't want a person who can come and tell me that this information is available in so and so big, so and so page number, so and so figure. No. He's looking for the entrepreneurship skills that your college or school is not able to give, the college is not able to give, therefore he gets rejected. Then the question for the teachers. Teachers are basically the change agent, the influencers of the students. My question to them is, how many teachers have had a higher qualification after joining the school? How many research projects you have done? How many self-assessment tools you know? How many times you have taken the support of school psychologist? What is the difference between a counselor and a coach? Do you know how to make your own assessment tool? Do you know how to diagnose the learning disabilities. How many teachers have sponsored themselves for professional development? Because the knowledge society, if you do not have more knowledge than your students, you will be outdated. Please go through the exploration questions and answer for yourself. A student is asking the teacher, "Ma'am, I have been coming for LKG for the last 3 days. When you are giving me the payment?" The teacher notes, the student knows more rights than the teachers. Questions for the students. How many of the students know goal setting skills? How to study, how to manage concentration, how to improve time, how to manage stress? They know only one skill, that is a mug up skill, that is why they get rejected. Ask questions that have no answers. Invest in the millennium. It is like, putting a seed in the ground so that it will live, become a tree and will give fruits for the next generation. Questions for the parents. How a parent can demonstrate the love and affection. Please listen. Love and affection without hurting the kid. How you can relieve the stress of your student according to the kid, not according to you. How many books you have read on parenting? How many workshops you have attended on parenting? How many times you have got to counselor, psychologist for the sake of your kids? Please understand, your child knows more than you. How many of you are ready to stretch themselves, stretching in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of energy? What is your style? Why your student or 99% of students are getting rejected in the job market? How can you guide the student with respect to their brain development? Do you know what is brain development? There are 16 samaskaras in Sanskrit. There are multiple intelligence. It has become 3 multiple intelligence. VAK is 1. And now it has become 9. It has become 14. It has become 11. Then it becomes 32. How many intelligences do you recognize in your child? Have you gone to any psychologist and taken the report? I know many of the parents go to Bahubali. At any cost they go. Second time, third time. The collection of Bahubali has broken the record of Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam. Okay? 3 times, 4 times you are ready to pay for your cab, but not to a psychologist. Because it's something invisible. Suppose your kid comes with a broken hand, you will take him. You will take him to doctor because broken thing is visible. But he says, "Mommy, I'm not able to concentrate." Okay, good for a moment, wait. Because you're not invisible. Please understand, the success of the visible comes once you work at the invisible. You can enjoy the fruits once you work at the roots, not the other way. Nowadays, the change, what has happened? Reward is the right is not the right. What was reward for you and me? Waiting for 3 months, 6 months. Daddy will give me a good Diwali cracker. I was waiting with that. Okay. Next year, he will buy me a pen. He will buy me a cycle. See, one of my grandsons came to his grandmother and he took my mobile and started going to Flipkart and telling, see how they are good in marketing, just listen to the example. He was telling, he was telling, you know what he was telling? He was telling, grandma, this watch It's very nice, and when I put it here, it looks very nice. It is nice. It is nice. Okay. It is just 13,800 rupees only. The grandma told, no, 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 it's very costly. 5,000 rupees, three watches for your grandpa. I can't afford so much. Oh, don't worry, grandma. I will get a code and I will get 10% discount on it. Oh, she told, what will be that count? Give the figure. He told, that is too much, Baba. We cannot afford. Don't worry, we can put on EMI. So look at the child, 6 years old, living EMI as a right. Okay, that means you have given so much information than they can digest. You have pumped in so much information than they can digest. They do not know the implication. That is the reason you see in certain schools what happens. Killings, murder, shoot. The boy goes, take the revolver, shoot. Why? Because you have poured in more information than required. More information than required. Explore the management questions. What is the latest management books you have read? I asked these correspondents. They say, no, sir, we are not reading anything. Okay, who are the top 10 competitors? What is their age? No answer. What possible way your parents and lawyers can sue you for inefficient management? No answer. What international benchmark your school can demonstrate? Can your school students can go and write an international test, PISA test? No. So what does the management have a plan to avoid this 100% rejection of job market? These are the questions the management doesn't have answer. That means they are still looking for that. That it's very, very, when you are not able to answer, where will your student answer? It is not only the inefficiency of your student, it is also inefficiency of educational stakeholders. The power of questions. Socrates' method. Ask questions. Ask questions. Okay, why the need of VMS now? Because your student is getting rejected. Law of introspection and law of retrospection is imbalance. The law of turbulence has happened as there is a lot of stress. By the time the student comes out of the college or the education, the default is the grandfathers, grandmothers, senior citizens, because educational loan, no repayment, no job, suicide, stress on every part of the stakeholders, every part of the stakeholders. The root cause, very simple, outdated syllabus, helpless teachers, helpless parents. Helpless teachers, helpless parents, what they do, sacrifice and murder the life of the students. They sacrifice and murder the life of the students. One more generation to be fooled. In Bakrid, the goats are fed before Bakrid goats are fed so that it is offered as a sacrifice to Kali temple. Here you see a picture of a lady who is having a blood bath of eating a goat. The goat has been made only to be eaten. Similarly, all the students after their education, they are straight going into a zone of rejection. Who is the person who is reading the Pied Piper? You know, story of Pied Piper. He is taking all the students into the valley of death. Who is the Pied Piper? We'll talk about it. We are all following the blind education system. The Pied Piper of late. So if you do not want this to happen with your kid, you don't want your kid to be once more sacrificed, then what you should do first is you have to think. The law of turbulence has come. Law of turbulence has come. It is very easy to say certain ideas. Who will build a cat? This is my idea, go ahead and do that. But the question is, who is going to implement? Who is going to implement? The law of change has already given you enough signals. Law of turbulence is given. Say, what happened? Law of turbulence? Law of turbulence is handled by surge tank. When there is a turbulence in the line, what they do is they put a surge storm. This surge tank can absorb the shocks. So VAK metric system is like a search tank. Who are the person who can save this goat from sacrifice? PT, yes, it is not PT Sunderam, parent, teacher, and student. They can help. So parents and teachers, they have to shoulder the responsibility. It is very, very clear what actually the law of change is telling you. You decide update or outdate. We don't give expired medicine, is it? You don't purchase anything expired, no? When you want to give a gift to your kid, they give the latest smartphone. You don't even go to the basic phone. But what are we doing? But what are you doing? You don't want to purchase the cassette. You don't want the old tape record, old kettle, old gas stove, old rock. What is it you're giving? You're giving a very outdated telephone to your child. Who is that Pied Piper? Lord Macaulay. 1835, the whole world was ruled by Britishers, and he told education should be made compulsory in English language with mathematics and writing ability. So that what happens, he can put any person in any corner of the globe. He can take a person who has learned English and mathematics and writing skills. If he is in India, I can put him in Africa. If he is in Africa, I can put him in America. He wanted, at that time, it was a very good model. But the Britishers have come and gone. But still, we are following the model. See, this is the Alexander Graham Bell who is giving the first telephone. Even the oldest telephone was invented in the year 1870s. Before that, this is the model. This is the model. This model you are giving to your child. So, what is the how can help? Update your teaching skills before you teach others. Update your parenting skills before you parent kids. That means because your kids are more knowledgeable than you, your students are more knowledgeable than you, then you have to educate yourself. VMS empowers all the stakeholders, mentoring the management, counseling the parents, coaching the student, training the teachers as change agents. How will you do that? Yes, through a development project in the school. It follows two basic principles: psychological diagnostic assessment, like a doctor who does the diagnosis before prescription, we do that, and it is also a measured improvement. It is a measured improvement. What you cannot measure, you cannot improve. What are the tangible benefits? Tangible benefits is bandwidth of the student population increase, teacher retention will go up, parents become partners in school development, student becomes a value creator of society. Yeah, more funds are available, surplus funds are available because you have more admissions. Teacher retention and a project has become easy. Parents has become partners. Students are valuable. Then you can ask me what are the intangible benefits. Intangible benefit is teacher skills guidance improves. Teachers become a psychological assessor. Parent becomes the brain assessor of the child. Students learn NLP skills. Management improves the leveraging points. Teachers are trained to become psychological assessors. She has to do the work. He or she will be training them a few psychological questions, psychological tools, psychological assessments, psychological instruments. Parent, we teach them about the brain aspects of it, what are the different parts of the brain, what are the strength, what are the weakness, which to encourage every time they can visit this particular report which we are generating. It can be used like your Jatakam or your horoscope. Horoscope is every time revisited throughout the life for good, bad, ugly. Similarly, this competency report or this VAK report is available to parents where we teach them, train them, talking about what are the intelligences, which are the strong intelligence, which are the poor intelligence, how to use the intelligence, which areas they can put them, what games they can play, how parents can help, a lot of exercises, and a lot of counseling and a lot of training is given to the parents. Well, what model we follow? We follow the model of fifth discipline. Fifth discipline talks of five discipline. These are the discipline which has come out of reading the successful organizations who are learning organizations. Personal mastery, every member learns. Mental model is developing the capacity to introspect your own thoughts and actions. Shared vision is ability to get commitment through others, developing the capacity to collective intelligence or team learning. System thinking is ability to see the big picture and connect the five elements. For teachers, we teach them the assessment skills. They become their own personal master in their profession. We teach the students to become creative using the NLP skills. They can challenge their own mental models. Their education is inside out. They question themselves. They introspect. They identify their own talent. They discover their own talent. And the shared vision, parents are given the career guidance, brain psychology, okay, parenting guidance, and team learning. Here, the similar teachers are made into a group and they identify the problem of the management and they solve it and help the management. And this is facilitated by management because management support is like an oxygen for them. Personal mastery simply we take care of your teacher training cell. Very simple. Aga Khan, an institute where I visited in Hyderabad, they have their own teacher development cell. They consider teachers are very, very important. Teachers are very important. One of my friends in Vijayawada, he is in charge of this teacher training institute. He told last year, it is there in the Deccan Chronicle also. 5,000 teachers appeared for CBSE examination, and only 500 got qualified, 10%. Similarly, the second level people can teach for about 6th and above. 1100 appeared, only 100 got qualified. This is a competency level of teachers because they are not continuously updated. And very few schools can afford this continuous updation for teachers because you are in a knowledge society, your knowledge should be in par with the state of art. Teachers, we teach them the modeling excellence, how to interview, how to learn, how to become a genius. Parenting a shared vision, how they can help the children from the children's angle, from their brain angle, from the competency angle, from the aptitude angle. This we give on the day one itself. This can be done even for an LKG student. A newborn baby also this can be done. These reports can be generated. And a quality circle is nothing but a group, a voluntary group of teams solving the problem of the organization. And here you can see a quality circles conference going on. These are the areas VAK can help. How to implement it? Yes, you can see my contribution here. Mostly VAK is nothing but NLP. This is my work in 2002, and the Life magazine made my work. They surveyed my work, and they have made an article on my work where I was working with prisoners, and they told me that India is an NLP pioneer, and we help through mentoring, training, coaching, and me and my team will be doing it. We follow these four phases. So let me ask me what should I do? Should I go and reinvent? Please don't reinvent. Suddenly don't accept a new model. Don't say the present education system of Lord Macaulay's system is useless. Lord Macaulay's system is still useful, but can you do a little bit of improvement? What to do? This is called reinventing. What is reinventing? This is reinventing. See, first you have seen a stone here. It has been improved. It has been cut into a whale. Earlier it was a stone. Now it has become a wood. Cost has come down. This is made more efficient. Now it has become a rubber. Now it has become a tire. Similarly, take the competitors. Already they have done something for you. They have learned from their mistakes. Make competitors a benchmark. Stabilize the process. And we also take certain things from the Finland education system. Finland education system is the best in the world. In 1970, USA and Finland had very less, when USA is still there and Finland has crossed. So the pictorial view of what we do, this VMS search tank. Our benchmark is based on the best education systems, Indian, American, Japanese, and the Finland. So friends, we are ready to help you to one more fight again, one more go to sacrifice. But my question is, are you ready? We are ready to help you, but are you ready to help? Friends, in a boiling water, a kettle of boiling water, you put a frog. Frog will jump. But the other side is, the experiment was proved that you put in a cold kettle, the frog will sleep. Put the kettle in the gas stove, it will sleep. And slowly you put fire, every degree it will adjust. It will adjust, okay, 1 degree, no problem, 2 degrees, oh, 40, even 100 degrees, it will die. Because in the comfort zone, chalta hai. Okay. So, but there are few frogs who jump out to make a big breakthrough. You have to decide for yourself, and you can contact me for details, any help you want. You're welcome. Thanks a lot for listening to my lecture, and I welcome you once again to my institute or your institute. We'll work together in future. I wish you all success for the parents, teachers, and the school educators. Bye bye. See you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.